Hope comes and stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
And I'm here. I'm here. I'm a minute late, and I know I'll hear about it. So, my wrist is starting to again. I'm not gonna be able to do any of my stuff unless because I got a bunch of cleaning to do, and it requires these. So, what am I missing? I didn't put it on Facebook. Well, it's on Facebook. It's just on my page. Did you guys read my last post? That's right. What? What is it? Oh, that's the video, Dion. Okay. I'm just gonna keep this in the Trudging Together family. So, I was asked to share on this. Oh, give me a second. Gotta let Daryl in. This was requested by Amber. Actually, it wasn't requested. I asked her to give me a topic, and she picked today's daily reflections from her thing. There we go. Okay. No, all the whines of my cats. That would be Jack. Come here, Jack. My phone's gonna die. Means I've been doing too much stuff. But I haven't been working. But I did get somebody to do a decent sober living today. At least I hope I did. I helped somebody else out with figuring out what kind of job to get. I love doing this stuff, man. I love helping people. Right. Doing better, Daryl?
Still kind of like, it's just an odd feeling.
Yeah. Is it the meds?
No, it's like sleep.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I think we all need to pray that Daryl gets a good night's sleep.
Hi, Patricia.
Yeah. I'm sure his wife would appreciate it too.
She is crashed. She got less than I did.
Did she? Poor thing.
And actually, the cat calmed down enough to get up into what we call her perch, which is a window bunk bed type, just two layers type of thing. She got up in there and actually crashed herself finally too. That's like, thank God.
Hi, Patricia. Yeah. When my cats keep me up all night, what I do is I keep them up all day. I'll just but not when they were a kid, but I'll keep them up all day so that I can sleep that night. Do that all the time. Now they get on the bed. I'm like, what the? Welcome to Daily Trudge, especially a new one, Jake. Jake only likes his love at 3 o'clock in the morning or when I'm sitting on the toilet. If you're here, please say hello, whether you're watching the live or the rewatch. We're missing somebody. She ain't here yet. She will say something. Okay. Gonna get started. She probably got distracted. Okay. So I also asked, I always like to go and ask, what is honesty? So the dictionary version is the quality of being honest. That doesn't help much. But I like this one. Honesty, honor, integrity, probity means uprightness of character or action. So the right actions and having good character is what Merriam-Webster's definition is. Amber sent me a little thing, and this is, I don't know which book she gets this from. She told me, but I forgot. So we'll go ahead and get started. Here, I can actually do a neat little thing, but then we can't. So, nah. All right. Sin has many tools, but a lie is the handle that fills them all. Oliver Wendell Holmes. Holmes. I would have been on time if it was at 3:15. She asked me to go live. I'm like, I'm meeting with somebody. It'll be 3:15, and yeah, it was 3:20 instead. So okay, I'll take it. I'll take it. Lying above anything else brings us close to getting crazy again. Yeah. And it could even start out as a little white lie, man. Maybe you didn't get the right change at the supermarket. You know, maybe they gave you 50 cents too extra. I mean, these things will add to whatever else is going on. Not only that, but my brain knows that I lied, and that's all that matters. That's all that matters. It just is that I lied. It doesn't matter what the lie was about. I know I'm being dishonest. And you know, I've gotten tripped up in those, and what happens is I will deny it, and then my denial's back in mode, and that will disturb whatever else is going on. Lying is what addicts do. In our addiction, our whole life was a lie. Uh, Honesty, you know, it's hard for us because like right now, I just read, you know, well, it's the state of being honest. Well, how do you do that? Well, you don't lie. Well, how do you not lie? Well, you be honest. I'm like, well, now we're right back where we were, and I still don't. And somebody literally had to sit down with a book. I call it the Bible for Dummies. With this book, and I got a new set of principles that taught me how to be honest, and that's what I follow. And if I fall out of this, I will go straight back to lying if I don't interfere with it, because my natural mode is to lie. That's my natural mode. Lying creates danger because it creates secrets. Oh shit, that's even worse. Yeah, secrets don't make friends, right? But at the same time, right, but in this case, no. Secrets keep us from others. To stay sober, we need to stay close to people. We can't make it on our own. All right, so maybe you did lie, you're not sure what to do about it. Go to somebody that you trust first. And ask, hey, what do I need? Because the first thing that I need to do is tell on myself to somebody, or that's going to fester. It's going to fester, and I've got to put some action into it, or I'm going to get to that 10th step at the end of the day, and my balance sheet isn't going to work out, right? And then I will have to carry that to the next day, and that's going to make it even worse because I will wake up with that lie. Now I've started my day out with a lie, and that's bad for Dion. Lying creates a lie, like a drink, may make us feel good for the moment, but in the long run, it creates shame. Yeah, it all not only it creates shame, but then you might start passing on these lies, or other people may. Maybe you said something about somebody else's character, and that's going to move forward. You know, we need to correct those things. We do need to correct those things. Do we still lie to deal with this world? Why? There is no such thing as a small lie. Lies are like drinks. One leads to another. That's a great way to put it. Lies are like drinks. One leads to another. Yeah, I prefer that over my there's no such thing as a small lie. I because for us that makes sense, right? Because it doesn't matter. Let's say we took this much alcohol. Doesn't matter if our first drink was this much alcohol or that much alcohol. it's going to lead to the next drink. All right. And these are the, it's like, yes, officer, I've only had one case, right? And in our mind, we're telling the truth, but when you told to our friends, it was a joke. Okay? They don't buy that. How many? Wait, if you ever work detox and you ask somebody how much have you had to drink today, just double it. Just double it, because that's probably closer to the truth. I didn't have that much. Okay. Well, you're blowing like you've had a lot. All right. Denial can lead to the lying. Right. And we think, but sometimes we think we're telling the truth. Like there's some people out there, and I didn't go through this, but if you had my problems, you would drink too. To them, that's not a lie. That's not a lie. It is very much the truth to them until
Their justification.
Say that again, brother. You were
It's their justification.
There we go. Yeah.
There's different types of liars. I mean,
absolutely.
You got psychological liars, where maybe they're lying to be accepted, type of deal.
That was me.
Sociological liars, and then me, I was a pathological or a sociopathic liar.
Okay.
I didn't care. I just told you what the fuck I wanted to tell you.
Yeah. That would have been me more towards the end of my drinking. But there was one lie that I told forever. I ended up believing it. So one day I had done a speaker meeting, I think, and my mom, I know we were at an AA meeting and my mom was there, which means I was probably speaking. It's 3:33. And I was telling somebody, yeah, we're related to Donnie and Marie Osmond. And my mom's next to me and she goes, no, Dion, you are not related to Donnie and Marie Osmond. And I turn back to the person, I go, yeah, I guess I am not related to Donnie and Marie Osmond. And I realized I've been telling a lie for so fucking long. I believed it. And I'm glad my mom was there to say, no, Dion.
You're religious cousins.
Yeah. Well, we're Mormon. So,
Exactly. That's my point.
That's why it made sense. I didn't tell people that I was related to Ozzy Osbourne because they wouldn't believe that. But that they would believe. So my brain made up the whole fucking situation. I don't even listen to Donnie and Marie Osmond. All right. Oh, maybe Marie. Donnie's still going strong. He's a cool guy. Prayer for the day. Higher power, help me live today free of lies. Action for the day. For the next 24 hours, I will tell no lies. If I do, I'll go back to step 10. I'll remember that lies can lead to relapse. It's a great way to, be on yourself on that shit. There's one part in there. Free of, okay. But yeah, you are correct. There's a lot of different types of lying. I mean, and we all call it.
Bottom line is it's all lies, it's falsehoods. But the motives for telling them can be different.
Yeah. Well, when we say things like the alcoholic thinks that his life is the only normal one, that's true. It's true. We do think that. Is that a lie? I don't know that that's necessarily a lie as much as
that's a judgment call.
Yeah. So, but what comes so I think in the line that we're talking about here, that they're talking about, is what comes out of our mouth and what we're saying to people. And I absolutely agree with that, because misinformation in recovery has the power to kill other people. So,
yes, it does.
Whenever I think of honesty, I think of how it works. So I'm just going to read the first paragraph. Rarely have we seen a person fail who has thoroughly followed our path. Those who do not recover are people who cannot or will not completely give themselves to this program. Usually men and women who are constitutionally incapable of being honest with themselves. Now, what does constitutionally incapable mean? I mean, am I constitutionally incapable of being honest with myself? Obviously not, because here I am. So who are the people that are constitutionally incapable? Never really looked into that.
Well, what is unconstitutionally mean?
What does constitutionally incapable mean? Constitutionally incapable of being honest with oneself would mean at the core being one is not able to see the truth about themselves. So what they're talking about is denial. That's what that is. Usually men and women who are in denial and can't be honest with themselves. Now it makes more sense. But it doesn't, I don't feel like it quite covers that. It feels like I'm missing something there, honestly. Oh, there's that honesty thing again.
Righteousness.
There we go. Knowing better.
They're yeah, well, they're just righteous about what they think they're right. You're wrong, just simply because you don't agree with them.
Okay. Or people that think that they can do this all by themselves. I think
Yeah,
that
stuff
would
like
fall under
that.
that. Okay.
I
All right.
I can will myself sober.
Yeah. The knowledge that you've given me, there's no way I could go back to drinking. And yeah. Okay. That makes more sense to me now. There are such unfortunates. Yeah. They are not at fault. They seem to have been born that way. And this is me right here. They are naturally incapable of grasping and developing a manner of living which demands rigorous honesty. And that's why I needed the people in my life to teach me how to be. Right? Okay, Dia. What I found out was I almost always have the cart before the horse. Almost always. So I have to work on
No.
these things. Shut up. You don't know me. You're not my dad. I'm having too much fun today. I've been relieved. I've been relieved of a burden, and it's just nice. All right. Their chances are less than average. The average to what though? All right. So I'm gonna have to think on that. Are their chances less than average to the normal person, or what we would call normal, so non-alcoholic, or is it their chances are less than average to the people that have recovered? What are their chances of less than average being to what? Um, for me, I think they're taking this as a whole. So our chances are less than average than the non-alcoholic, I would say. That's what I get out of that. Then they're being nice. There are those too who suffer from grave emotional and mental disorders, but many of them do recover if they have the capacity to be honest. I have found there is one thing that goes with almost every single mental illness. It's denial. We always deny it first. And why do we deny? Because we want to be like everyone else, because we want to fit in. That's why I was lying, to fit in, because I never fucking fit in. And even then, that line didn't work. Why? Because Dion was known for being a bullshitter. He was known for it. I tell tall tales. I love taking a story and embellishing it. You bet. You bet. I have to be careful telling my stories here so I don't embellish them. And sometimes I do, and I have to, whoa, 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 whoa.
I'm
But
listening. I'm going to step away for a second, but I'm listening, brother.
okay, sounds good, brother. Thanks. So we are naturally, and there it is, right? So there are some things in this life that come natural to you that may not come natural to me. Something that came very natural to me was drumming. I started drumming at 9 months. I was headlining at Herman's Hideaway. I don't know how the fuck that happened, but it did. I was just always, and I'm not the best drummer in the world, but I can keep a mean 4-beat. Okay. We have these different skills. So we were all naturally and capable of being honest with ourselves. What does that mean? For me, it means that I was born a liar. I was born a liar. It's the only thing I knew. I was on the road again. Amber's back on the road again. Listening to all of her friends. All right. So we have these things. I'm trying to get back to where I was, and I don't remember, so I'm just wasting time. Yeah, I think that part was done. So where can we show our honesty? And I think that the best way to do honesty is by action. Okay. Like, we got to start with, honey, did you take out the trash? Yeah, I got that taken care of for you, because you were asked to do something. Okay. Here's a good one. Last Thursday, I asked if somebody else could host and chair the meeting because I wanted to watch the Bronco game. There was a part of my mind that wanted to lie. And then I'm like, why would I lie? They don't fucking care. I'm the one that would be missing out on the meeting, not them. And nobody gave me flack for it. And even when I bring it up, they're like, why would we give you flack about that deal? What's wrong? See, there was no reason, but for some reason, my brain thought it needed to lie. To protect what? I was watching the Bronco game. It was a good game, by the way. Hey, no, I didn't need to do that. That is so freeing to know that I can go to a group of people and do that, because before, I'd be judged for shit like that. I'd be judged for that. So it's nice, and there may have been some people like, well, which that meeting, that's more important. Yeah, it was. It was more important than the meeting to me. It was. I do a lot of service work. Okay. I do what Dr. Bob does. In fact, let's read the last part of Dr. Bob's nightmare, and we are going to wrap up, because I got to go set up for the 5 o'clock meeting. So, all right. Pardon me. I'm sorry, Leisure. I'm busy. I'll call you back. Personally, I think Dr. Bob's nightmare should be right after Bill's story, but I also don't know. I also don't know how to put books together, so I wouldn't listen to me on that. But what I do is, after I do Bill's story with my sponsees, we go read Dr. Bob's nightmare, and then we go to there as a solution. Because I like to see them. I want them to see this other side, that it took Dr. Bob 2.5 years, where it took Bill. What I'm doing is I'm covering the spiritual experience, letting them know there's different pathways, right? It is a most wonderful blessing to be relieved of the terrible curse with which I was afflicted. My health is good, and I have regained my self-respect and the respect of my colleagues. My home life is ideal, and my business is as good as can be expected in these uncertain times. I spend a great deal of time passing on what I've learned to others who want and need it badly. I do it for 4 reasons. I like how he put this. What he said is, I spend a great deal of time passing on what I learned. And he learned that from other people, from Bill and Abby, and not just them, but those first 100, which I think would be cool to know their names and stuff. I spend a great deal. I do it for 4 reasons. 1, a sense of duty. And I get why. That's my number one reason. That's why I like this part. I have duties in life. Oh, I said duty. But there are assignments that I have been given, and I'm doing them. And what am I doing? Well, for me, what does duty mean? It means that I'm giving back from something that I had done before. So I could even say a sense of responsibility in that case. I've got to repair the damage. My goal is not only to repair the damage that I feel I caused my community, but also to make it a little bit better. Because I was taught, you borrow somebody's car. Let's say you borrow somebody's friend's truck to move. Okay. When you return it, it should be washed and full of gas. That's what I was taught. That when you borrow something, you give it back better than you got it, or at least try. If you borrow a hammer and you break it, you go buy a new one that looks just like it and you give it back. Hey, I broke your hammer, so I went and bought you a new one. That's a sense of duty for me. It is a pleasure. I'm addicted to helping others. I'm addicted to seeing other people put their lives back together, not just in addiction, but in life. Um, you know, we we have addictions and we have alcoholism. Other people deal with other things that are just as hard as what we're going through. Yeah. And if I can bring hope into their lives and make their day a little bit better, you bet your ass I'm going to do it. Yeah. Right. Because isn't everybody a child of God? I discovered something a little bit ago, but I feel it's a little too religion-y here. And I want to ask my pastor first. 3, because in doing so, I'm paying my debt to the man who took time to pass it on to me. And nowadays, we call that pay it forward. And I believe, this is my opinion, solely opinion, that A is the ultimate pay it forward. There's probably other programs out there that are ultimate pay it forwards too, but the one I know of is AA. Freely given, freely received, freely given. 4, and probably because every time I do, I take a little more insurance for myself against a possible slip. Now I tell you now that wasn't one of Bill's because Bill was struck sober. Okay, but for Bob, he took out a little insurance because then he goes on. Unlike most of our crowd, I did not get over my craving for liquor much during the first 1 years of abstinence. And that's why number 4 is so important to him. Because every time I go to a meeting, every time I do this, I'm ensuring my sobriety for the day. I mean, I insured my sobriety for today way earlier. The rest of it's just dividends and extra stuff. It's the good stuff that I get to enjoy. It was almost always with me, but at no time have I been anywhere near yielding. And it is because of number 4. It's because of all of them. I used to get terribly upset when I saw my friends drink and knew I could not. But I schooled myself to believe that though I had once had the same privilege, I had abused it so frightfully that it was withdrawn. So it doesn't behoove me to squawk about it, for after all, nobody had to throw me down and pour liquor down my throat. If you think you're an atheist or an agnostic, a skeptic, or have any other form of intellectual pride which keeps you from accepting what is in this book, I feel sorry for you. Dr. Bob just writes totally different. I love it. If you still think you're strong enough to beat the game, that is your affair. But if you really and truly want to quit drinking liquor for good and all, and sincerely feel that you must have some help, we know that we have an answer for you. It never fails. If you go about it with one half the zeal you have been in the habit of showing when you were getting another drink, your heavenly Father will never let you down. I think I like this because he writes like my grandma, because my grandma talks like that.
That just rings first transcript to me.
Yeah.
The way that he put that.
That I feel sorry for you. If you don't, then
you don't get this like I get this, I feel sorry for your ass.
Yeah, that's how the first transcript was. It was a little bit harder, but I think that's kind of why I like it. Because
that's why I like it.
I need the Dion. Hello, that's the stuff that I need. So, but that's why we have all the different stories in the back because we have different people. something that I've been working on for months now, is just trying to be more approachable. Right. So
I wish they would come out with a book that has all the stories from first edition to fourth edition included in them, because they've changed stories in different editions. Takes
yes,
them
they have.
out,
If
puts
you
them
always make the
in.
changes. Yeah. And actually, that's a great chance to educate. And who says that you can't go out and get every story and put them in a book and
Oh, you
publish?
can.
You can. We can. Not going to charge anything for it, but so the big book itself, through the what changes isn't the first 164 pages. What changes is the back of the book, and it, like the next book, the 5th edition coming out, is going to have stories about COVID. It's going to have
Right.
stories about things that have happened in the last 10, 15 years. And that's the part that stays up to date with what's going on in the world. It's the stories that change, not the first 164.
Yeah, but some of those earlier stories still are relatable. They've aged well. I call
Like
that
Keys
the
to the Kingdom.
experience, strength, and hope portion of the book.
Yeah. Acceptance is the answer. I mean, that's the third title of it, because it's also Dr. Alcoholic Addict. Was the
Addict.
first, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure was. That's as far. Then I think it was something before that. I don't know what it was, but yeah. All right, another good one. Well, Amber, I hope this was to your satisfaction. All right. I want to show off my shirt again in case anybody didn't read it. It says, "I keep all my dad jokes in a database." All right. Oh. I thought this was going to be a long day, and bam, to bam, bam. Love you. That's the tennis wave. Oh no, it's the parade wave.
Parade wave.
Sorry. May one day we'll have a parade. That would be cool.
I want ticker tape too. I want people on buildings throwing garbage in the streets.
All right. Yeah, like tickers and stuff. Yeah, like a ticker day parade. I know what you're saying. Yep, we could have that, and at the end we'll have a plain old whoopee party.
Plain
Yeah.
old whoopee party.
All right. Thank you, everybody. I love you.
Peace. Love you.
Peace out.